What's up, Hippie fam? It's Mike here, and today I'm back at it with another review for you. And today we're going to be talking about the Arksen 2-bike tray style Hitch Mount Bike Rack. Alright, so here is the Arksen 2-bike tray style bike rack. This is a bike rack from Amazon. It goes for about sub $200 depending on which model you get. I went ahead and went with the quick release pin style. There's also one that does not fold up and stays down just like this. And then there's also another one with a foot release on it. This rack can hold up to 160 pounds. So this is e-bike rated. It's fully adjustable. So you just turn these knobs and these will slide back and forth. I usually use this for me and my son's bike. And as you can see here, these do not ratchet or lock, but they give you like a tie down strap for them so you can lock it down. And also I run a bike lock on my bikes as well. It does have a turnstile hitch anti-wobble device is what they call it. I don't trust it all too well, which is why I actually have a secondary anti-wobble sitting right there. And it's mint, holds everything. Been back and forth to Tennessee with this. It's been on the car ever since I bought this, which is I'd say about 2 months ago. It is relatively simple. It does have a quick pin release right here, and then this arm goes down, and then this is gonna go right back into here. And then to fold it, you just pull this pin and then folds right up. And now clearance wise, my car, you got maybe about 2 inches right there of clearance right there. Fits perfectly, but if you want to get into the rear hatch, you are going to end up having to pull this back, and then you can go ahead and pop it and then it will come back up. That's the only issue I have. It does have negative 30 degrees as well, so if you got your bikes loaded on, it will drop further back so you have access to your lift gate, and then your lift gate will come up as well. Now, this is a budget rack, so it's not gonna be as pricey as some of your others like Fuel or Yakima or the other one, the gooooooooo ones. They're my favorite, but man, I can't see myself spending $1,000 on just a rack that holds bikes, but maybe in the future. But that's basically the overview. I'm gonna go ahead and strap the bikes on so you can get a first-person view basically of how it looks on the back of an SUV. So I'll be right back. All right, so we got one bike loaded up. This is usually how I run it when I'm just going by myself. Always put the bike on the outside. As you can see, still got plenty of space for a second bike, and I'll go ahead and load up that second bike in a minute to show you what it's like. But yeah, so you got the clips over there to hold those are straps to hold your tires in. And you know, like I said, it's fully adjustable, and this holds up to 160 pounds. So I mean, e-bikes, if you're talking about mountain e-bikes, I say they're about they're like almost running 35 to 40 pounds these days. They're not too bad. But some of those fat tire e-bikes that you see people, like older people, cruising around on, those things can get pretty heavy, and it says that this can hold it. But this is pretty good. Like, look at this. The car's actually moving, and the bike's moving. But look, that ain't going nowhere. And like I said, there's another safety strap that you end up putting around this when you have multiple bikes on. I always double safety strap everything just because, towing safety is important to me. But this is how it's set up with one bike. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up with 2 bikes. All right, and here it is with 2 bikes. So it is a tight squeeze. I end up having to drop my dropper post if I have 2 full-size bikes on here, which is fine. If I have my son's bike and my bike on here, then, dropper posts really aren't really an issue of colliding with brake levers or anything. But as you can see, both the bikes fit on there. Only thing is that handlebar is getting kind of close to my window, but also that has a lot to do with the hitch that I decided to go with. So with this one, I ended up going with the Kurt one that just attaches to the bottom of the spare wheel well, instead of getting the hidden one that Audi usually sells to. But you know what, that's fine. I was able to install this myself, and it's the best installation I ever did. But this is with 2 bikes, so as you can see, it's sturdy. This ain't going nowhere. I don't have it tightened down all the way. This is just for video purposes. I got it. I usually make sure everything's tightened down and then strapped down and locked up before I go on rides anyways. But this is about $5,000 plus worth of bikes sitting on here. So that speaks volumes. I trust this sub $200 rack with $5,000 worth of bikes. And it hasn't made me sketched out or anything. I feel confident in this rack. I feel like I can take this cross country if I wanted to go ride in California and make a road trip out of it. But it's perfect. Fits perfectly on the back of my Audi Q5. Literally bought this Q5 strictly for mountain biking. Also have a Yakima cargo carrier for up top for when I go on these trips, so I can just throw all my MTB stuff up top, and then, you know, luggage in the back and all that stuff. All right, so you guys seen the bike rack. You've seen what bikes it can hold, how it looks. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments. As far as what I think, would I recommend this bike rack? Yes. It beats spending a minimum of like $400 to $600 on a high-end bike rack just because you're gonna pay for a name. This holds the same amount of weight as those other bike racks that you're paying about $600 to almost $1,000 for. Am I about that budget life? Yes, especially in the climate in America and with everything that's been going on. Money is just freedom tokens, but that's besides the point though. This little bit of money that I spent gave me tons of freedom and allowed me to actually put my bikes to use and not have to throw them up on top of this beast of a car anymore and potentially scratch it. Because I mean, look it, roof racks destroy literally your paint. I literally had to take this off. I buffed this out because this was all scratched up, and then I put a protectant tape over it so it doesn't scratch it again. But I've dropped my bike on this before and I've got a dent right there. Probably can't pick it up on camera, but it's over there. But I rocked this for a while. It's not the best, but it does what it needs to do. And frankly, this is my show car and my race car. So I mean, I'm not trying to ruin it. So that's why I got this. And so go out, buy one, man. I 100% recommend this. I absolutely love this. I love the investment that I made. If something happens to this one, I will have no issue going out buying another one. But however, I'm gonna get the one that has the foot pedal right here, because having to reach down in here and then pull this pin when you've got bikes loaded up just because you forgot something in your trunk or something, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So fork out the extra 20 bucks and get the one with the lever right here. And I'll put a link down in the description of this video so you can get a direct link to it. And of course, that also helps me out. And it's not a lot that I get back from Amazon, but it's enough to at least help out with the channel. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. Thanks so much for tuning in, and there's so much more to come. Peace out, guys.